Alright guys, welcome. We got the hammer, we got the trigger, but I want to talk about this grip, okay? I think this is something that, unfortunately, so here's the issue, guys. And let's see if I can find it. Let me pop it up. Let me disconnect this. We have to talk about the grip, and you guys know me, I'm always going to be honest, and I'm speaking from a consumer point of view. I'm speaking from I, as a friend to these guys. I'm a friend to Alpha Airsoft since day one, but I'm always going to be honest. Okay, let me show you guys, and I know they just came out with it. Remember, this is done by Gunsmith Bros. Okay, that's who is responsible for this thing. You know, it's a partnership, but I know they just came out with it. Okay. Now you can see there's obvious differences, right? The trigger guard isn't this beautiful. This part right here. This is so much more ergonomic than the standard old style. Okay, that's already something this has to stand on. Two is they have, to me, the correct size. This aesthetically looks correct. Okay, so that's another advantage they have. Other than that is that it's a drop-in for most triggered. Okay, I don't have to doing work on these is extremely rare. Okay, so it has advantages for being at $300, but $112 versus $300. That means we have $200, almost, yeah, basically, guys, basically a $200 spread. We have $200 we could spend on other stuff if you're trying. Look, you have to remember, if this is only if you guys are getting metal grips. The reality is that all of you getting metal grips is slim. There's not many of you that are going to be running metal grips. These are, to me, a more of a swag thing, and for some, I think for competitors, if you have medium to small hands, that's where these guys come in handy because they're much slimmer profile. So I think they're good for small and medium hands. So that would be the only area I give like advantage to. But other than that, you're buying this for mostly for because they're amazing, they feel awesome, they look cool. But at $300 versus $112, I would expect better finish. Okay, and I'm looking at this in detail, and I'm like, damn, there's just some little boo-boos here. Okay, and I know this is an extremely complicated cut. Okay, it's not anything to sneeze at, but then you got 5KU that's $112 doing the same thing. Now I will buy that grip, guys, to really compare, because now that's the newest 5KU grip. 5KU said they fixed their grip, so if 5KU fixed their grip, now the only difference we have is this area. That's it. This is where it becomes a hard thing, and I had the other talk in the other video, is right here, we're looking at this. Is this worth an extra $200 right here? Is that worth an extra $200? Only you guys can decide that. Okay, everyone's going to have different opinions. Do I think this is worth an extra $200? If I'm trying to do a specific build and everything, yes, I love it. Does this feel much better ergonomically? Yes. If I had smaller hands and I'm trying to build like the best of the best pistol, and I want this grip because it fits me perfectly, but you guys can see how big my hands, and I have to bring you can see how hard it is. I have to bring my finger almost 90 degrees, so it's a very small grip for me, not the best for me. But if you got a small or medium hand, man, this is really good for you. Okay, this is a nice slim profile, and that's where you guys will decide. But I will bring that to light because I'm gonna nitpick it. Okay, I want this should be the best of the best. If Gunsmith Bro is making this, if this whole thing is maybe $775, they should say that. They should put that on the website. Okay, they should be bragging about how it's got all these ergonomic cuts. If someone doesn't understand and they look at this and they look at this, okay, and this imagine it's the same thing, right? Because we know 5KU has this grip. It's not the same trigger guard. if they don't understand, they should Gunsmith Bro or Airsoft Master should be slamming in there. Hey, we got this. We offer this for you. This is, you know, our value proposition. Okay, magazine release is much stronger, and it's steel. 5KU is aluminum. Okay, now is there advantage of steel versus aluminum? People are gonna have different opinions, guys. The reality is this will eat your mag, whereas the aluminum one won't eat your mag as much because it's, you know, it's just a lot weaker than steel. This is steel. Okay, so it's a the top right here. This is aluminum. Okay, with steel screw. They offer beautiful screws. Okay, that is something you could say that's an advantage, right? 5KU just offers typical screws, nothing special. We'll see with the new one, but you understand that that's what separates people, and I think the companies need to be more proactive about how they list stuff. That's where I'm like, okay, hey, look, I understand 5KU is disrupting the market. I understand it's doing that, but at the same time, are you doing everything you can possibly to list it appropriately? These companies should be given a list to, like, JK Army, WGT Shop, you know, anyone selling their product. They should say, you have to say this. This is the material we use. This is the trigger guard we have. This is why. They don't need to say why it's $300, because, you know, obviously, you know, these guys they need to make money. But that's all, okay. And this has it's, I don't know, explain it, guys. I tried cleaning it. I put water on it, warm soap. It's got something sticky on it. It's like. And I had one anodized slide that was like this. It's almost like it didn't finish anodizing or something, and it's got this nasty sticky feeling, and I feel like it's something visible. I don't know what it is, so I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I want to. I gotta be careful because I don't want to read the coating. I'm like, I did water and warm soap. That's the least offensive. I did water first. It helped a little bit. Then I put warm water, helped a little bit, and then I was like, okay, let me just put some soap on it, and that's what I tried to do. And I'm thinking maybe a degreaser, but I got to research again, make sure it doesn't do anything to the coating. But you know, this gun is already thematically incorrect, guys. I wouldn't put a gold on a gold frame. Okay, I like contrast. I'm a contrast builder by nature. Okay, so this would have been naturally gold, rear sight, gold front sight, rear sight from Dr. Black. Okay, that's what I would have done. This, I believe, would have been gold. I probably would have done, you know, if someone did a blue, and I would have made this. This would have been gold. But I guess in essence, if I wanted to be truly thematically correct, I would have done purely silver blue if I had all those options available. But it's not. You guys know how it is. We can't get all the colors we want. You know, that's, you know, one day it'd be super awesome, but it'd have to be like built to order. But we're just not at the stage for that. We can't. Everything, anodization is always in batches, and that's why another thing is you can't get all the same color. But look at this, guy. This is a piece of art. This is steel edge. I'm in love with the stain, and the machine on here. Ooh, they did a great job, and it feels great, looks great. And you know, it's gonna be off. Look at it's gonna be off, unfortunately. But look how nice that is. So this, they've done an excellent job on. I'm shocked how beautiful this is. So I like what Edge is creating here. To me, this is different. It's unique. This is a novel approach. I don't know if this is going to be durable, but I'm a little interested in how it works. My best guess is this is epoxied in here, and it's a very interesting approach. We got a little wiggle, but we'll see. Let's start building. We got the hammer. We got the trigger in. Okay, moves in, drop in. Absolutely no problem. That's the one thing, you know, you get with these kind of builds. Sometimes you get it, but I've also had it, guys, where you'll spend, and you see the numbers over, you'll spend this much and you have to do work. It's just the nature of airsoft. So that's why we're not going to Loctite anything now. I want to get it to shoot this video, okay? That's my main goal right here. I want it to get to shoot, and we're just going to put it together. We're gonna see how it is. We're testing out edge, and I love the frame so far. I wish it was an LDC. I love LDCs so much, guys, and just no one makes LDCs. Man, where's the love for LDCs? They used to be popular back in the day. You know what else used to be popular back in the day, guys? 7-inch stuff. Man, no 7-inch stuff exists anymore. I have rare, old school 7-inch setups. Okay. 7-inch, like finding a 7-inch race gun, guys, is rare. If you have a 7-inch race setup, you've probably been either A, you traded for it, or you've been playing airsoft for a long time. Okay, let's make sure. Like, you see how we don't have the sear problem? Don't have it on here. But you see on the other video, we got lucky with 1.5 key frames. One didn't have it, so it's a you roll a dice, and that's the same thing with these kind. But I would like to think, you know, I know Guns Modified. Okay, they're pretty damn good. They did all my blowback units. Okay, there's a reason why I went with him. I like him. Okay, we can see this guy's a little loose. Okay, he comes out really easily, but not a big deal. We'll have the safety coming and blocking in. Okay, so let's continue building it. I'm gonna go buy like 20 plungers, because I think you guys confuse the hell out of me. Okay, I talk to you guys, and it's weird. It's like I get a lot of you that watch my videos, but you're talking to me on Facebook, and then I get you know, the couple of you on YouTube that are talking to me only on YouTube. So I'm like, because I had another guy the other day, he answered a question that I asked on the video, and I'm like, wait, what? I didn't see the comment, because I'm trying to, you know, get to your comments, guys. And he's like, oh, but you know, I didn't tell him I didn't see it. But I was like, I didn't see this guy's comment. How does he know about it? And I was like, oh shit, people are watching the videos, but they're talking to me on Facebook, so I get a little confused. But anyways, yeah, that's everyone's trying to freaking. Okay, let's see. Are we in? Let's just push this down a little bit more. Good. Okay, relatively easy. But you see, this is, for me, thematically, this is too much gold already. But we're gonna we're gonna suck it up. We're gonna test it, and we're gonna abuse this sucker. That's it. We're here to test it. Okay. And like some of these things, you know, I didn't know if they were gonna change the leaf spring, but it's the same standard leaf spring. So if you want a lightweight leaf spring, you're gonna get CL or Cow. Okay. But we're gonna put it anyways, because I wanted to test edge as much as we could, and then test what's it called? Airsoft Masterpiece as much as we can. So this is a 50-50 build. Not going to count 9-ball. That's 9-balls officially. I'm officially done with them. Oh man. All right, let's see. This is the next thing. We need to see if this fits on here. Okay, it's a bullshit number. I don't have to answer that. Let me hang up. And let's get this guy in. We'll adjust him later. Drop in, okay? No problem. Remember, guys, always test, okay? Literally like this. Push it in. Try to wiggle it any way you can, up, down, left, right, and see if it just drops down. Okay, and you can see I'm trying to push here, trying to push down here. Try to get it at any angle you can. Okay, you can push it down here, push it back. I don't feel there's no friction. Drop in, okay? So, you know, at the same time, like, okay, hey, $300 isn't looking so bad if you don't want a headache sometimes. Now, if you're skilled enough and you can deal with some aesthetic issues, you know, 5KU, that's where they win. But I think there's a place for both grips. But these grips are one that are more expensive. They need to do a better job of listing what the material is. They need to have higher QC checks, because now that 5KU has entered the battlefield, I'm going to be more harsh on these guys. Because back then, this was the only choice. Okay, guys, this is all we had back then. We had Airsoft Surgeon, Nova, AKA, UAC, am I forgetting any? Gunsmith Bro, Airsoft Masterpiece, right? You know what I mean? I love the R7. That was where's the R7? R7 is on one of my guns. That one was my favorite one. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we're, oh, look how good this looks, man. If we could get blue. All right. Oh, God. I'll have to explain that to you guys another time. Let me just mute the phone. Man, that's another story. I'll leave that alone. If we could get, God, how can we salvage this? I don't know. This. Maybe we get this. We trade this out. Look, okay. You know what? Let's see. I think they have this in silver. Hey, anybody want to buy a gold? Look, if anyone wants to buy a gold, steel, this one from me, let me know. No shipping. You know what I mean? I'll give you that. That'll be my discount. Is that you don't have to pay the shipping. So this pay whatever it costs. I think we have it as 82. We have 82. You buy from me if you're local. You just 82 cash. You're good to go. If I can get silver, I think silver would be okay. The hammer I'm not too worried about because it's a QB hammer, so it's hiding. All right, let's put it together. Okay, so it looks like we have. Looks like we have a fit, or maybe we don't. Is that how the frame is? Look at that, guys. We have a gap right here. Can you see that? It's a very small gap. I don't know if it's the frame. I almost look at the frame. Guys, I wanted the edge grip. They're out of them. No edge grips. I was like, shit. I missed the edge grips. I don't think it fits. Well, we gotta see. It's off by a little. You guys see that? You can see how you can see the bottom. Let's see if it hooks in, but I don't think we're in completely. Ah, damn, we're not. Yeah, look at that. Oh boy, this is where we're unlucky. We're unlucky. Doesn't want to line up to the frame, and oh my god. That is the worst. It's the biggest problem when you got colored grips, because like, how do you sand it without it showing up? And you have to really figure out exactly where it's hitting. You can see, guys. Look carefully. You see how it's a little off-centered? Look at the top. You see how it's not. It's just off by 0.10 millimeters. Ah, damn. I was hoping for a drop in. We could just try to screw it in, but it's a sizable. That is a sizable gap. It doesn't show on camera too well. Well, that's where we're just unlucky. I don't know if it's the edge frame. Shit. Should we try to open up the other frame? Did we get another frame? We did. Alright, let's just take a quick look to see if we get unlucky. That means, I don't know, we'd have to change the color scheme. Because I really don't want to have to mod the grip. I do not want to mod the grip. Okay. You guys see, this is, I tell you guys, you see how, this one, not even tight, this one's tight. Its tolerances, guys, it's just normal, unfortunately. We do not, this would be a cool America gun. Wow, this would look so great on it. Unfortunately, same thing. Same thing. As I could fit like a fingernail in here. Ah, shit. And it's so hard to freaking mod these guys. Oh my god, there's no clean way to do it. It's usually, you see these rails, this is rails right here. One, so you have 1, 2, you have 3, and then usually it should sit on here. The only thing is maybe the trigger guard could be, so what we do, guys, is you start breaking down the grip, okay? I'll walk you guys through this. I'll try to, but this is brutal, unfortunately. And the reality is, you could try to. I've seen too many projects where people are just like, "Hey man, I just I just put it on there," and they just forced it on. Because we could essentially screw it in. Okay, here, let me show you guys why you take off the trigger guard. Because we're gonna see right now if this truly lines up. And what do you guys know? Look at that. Lines up perfectly. No gap on the top. You see that gap before? That was a big gap. It's gone. Now you see it now, and let's test it. So now you guys know the trigger guard. We can try to work with the trigger guard. We can kind of hope maybe, hey, maybe the screws pushed it up or something. So now we gotta play around with it. Okay, let's see. We want to see right now if the grip goes on here just fine. And it did. No resistance. Nice. Flush. We can see it's through here. Beautiful. Lined up. Closed gapped. So now we know, okay, hey buddy, we got an issue with this. Oh boy. There you go. But see, so drop in with the trigger guard, but for whatever reason didn't like. Okay, look at this. You guys can see. So maybe this area is a little too thick. You can see how look at that. You guys see it doesn't line up unless I push it up. You guys see how that watch. Okay. So let's just put it on loose and see if that does it. And this is, guys, this is why it takes hours, honestly. You have to sit here and you have to figure it out. Look at that. Even loose. See how even loose we have an issue here. So the question is this too long? Okay, you see I lifted it up. We were able to push up a little bit. Gap is a little bit closed, but now this is sticking out. So is this too long? So what happens, guys, is most modifications really come right here. You have to sand here, but I think we have the issue that it's. So let's try this. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys is, so I want you guys to pay attention to the trigger guard carefully. Remember, this is not going to be for all of you. Some of you might have different issues, but I'm just trying to help you guys learn how to try to break down things and take it one step at a time. Because this is where I would go nuts, and sometimes I would be like that guy that would be like, screw this. And you see me, guys, that before I'm like, think about it. I didn't take that much time for this, right? I just hammered it in, and for anyone that's nitpicky, look at that. I essentially damaged the slide. Okay, so that's where example of patience, beats our ass. Now, if anyone's skirmishing, they're gonna make whatever, big deal. You know what I mean? But I'm just showing you guys all different angles at this. So we see how you guys see how it moves. Okay, now let's watch it as I tighten it. There we go. Completely shifted it. Okay, so I'm watching that. You can see. And it's so hard, guys. Trust me. This is $300, but it's like, what do you do? It's like, what do you do? you have no options. You could try to not mod it. We can try to. There's no way around it because you need the screw to line up, correct? So I've never figured out another way. You can't shim it. We have an issue with the trigger guard. The trick we have established, I take that trigger guard off. Hey, it sits flush. We know it sits flush here. So it's the trigger guard that's the issue. So we have to solve it. And we can see it lines up. It gets into the pocket that it needs to get into the pocket. For example, let's take this a step further, right, guys? Okay. So let's just take the trigger guard and put it in place, right? Well, what do you know? Sits perfectly flush in here, right? Without the grip. So we know it's a distance issue most likely, right? So look at, oh, there you go, perfect. I want you guys to look carefully. Oh, it might be so hard. Let me take this X-Acto knife. I want to show you guys. I can fit this X-Acto knife in the gap right here. You see that? I can fit an X-Acto knife in here. Just enough. And it's hitting this before it's hitting this section right here. And the shape is just a little bit different. It's a little bit off, but there's room for... You guys see how there's black in there? You might be able to see. I know it's really hard to see. But there's space right here where I can put the X-Acto knife in here. So what we can do is potentially sand off just a little bit. We can try to hope that it does it. Ooh, excuse me. Now, the other crazy thing you can do is you could try reducing this, okay? If you have a manual mill, I mean, you just vise this sucker, and then you just get your end mill, and then bzz, just cut this off. But honestly, it's just easier to do this, okay? And I'd probably just do, you know, you can, and it's gonna be silver, guys. There's no way around it. But you know, you can just sit here and you can just go at an angle, you know, just shave. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, damn, I just wanted to shoot this damn gun. But now we got it not fitting 100%. Let me show you guys what happens if we try to force it, okay? I want to show you guys that, because I know a lot of people just force it in. So let me show you what happens when you force it in. Or we'll try one screw, okay? I don't want to damage it too much, but I want to show you guys, okay? Reality, I think my decision is going to be, I'm going to sand this. So, you know, funny thing is, if you look at it, I think you can see there's a little, almost a little silver there going off, okay? Probably take off, honestly, not that much off. It's going to be so little, okay? And we're going to go at a, we're gonna have to go straight across because it's hitting the whole area. We're gonna have to go boom, 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 boom. Okay, and we're just gonna use this guy right here. I made this for the 5K U grip, guys. The 5K U grip doesn't like it's too thick right here. So I made this. I was 3D printing, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go inside of there and just sand it. And I want to eventually change the handle to fit on a sawzall or something. I just need to cut the strip longer, but we'll just go. Okay, let's see if we can even get it in, and if I feel any chance of look at that. So when you put it like here, right, it's off by a little. You can see it. Okay, so we have to push back and then down and then try to get as forward as we can, and you guys should be able to see. You see the black. It's got space. It should, in theory, be able to move up just a little more. It needs just that small amount to get forward. Okay, let's see if we can push it in. Okay. Now you guys see. So I'm not gonna do it. That's it. All right, we're on to what video is this? Shit. Video. 3, 4. I don't know. We're almost there. It didn't. So what? We needed the trigger pin was incredibly tight. Hammer pin was incredibly tight. Not a big deal. You just gotta hammer it in, vice it up. Or you can, if the pins are too small, you can just, you know, if you have extra, try different ones. Okay. I'm gonna sand this sucker. I don't think I'm gonna mill him. I think I'm just gonna sand him. I'm gonna sand him like this, kind of like take like this. I probably want to raise it. Okay. And then go like this. We'll go an angle first, because I don't want to take off too much, right? And we'll see if this if it works. If I was right. If I'm wrong, you guys are gonna see me, and I'm gonna show you guys I'm wrong. Okay? Because I'm telling you guys, I'm an idiot. I'm learning every day, but I'm not at all the master. And I appreciate you guys always saying that, but no, I'm learning every day, and I just want to provide helpful tips for you guys. You know, trust me, I'm still an idiot. I got a long way to go. Give me another 20 years, and then maybe ask me if I'm any good. I think maybe, but just like that. It's gonna take all day, but look at it. This is I think this is 400. What is it? I don't know. It's a really, this is what I use for forget what I used for. Okay, all right, I'm done talking. Let me get this to work. I'll get you next video, and we're gonna see if I know my shit or I'm full of shit. Okay, I'll see you guys around.